Okay, we're live. Here we go. Got my Gibson shirt on. Decided to wear white. I always got these black T-shirts on, so we. I thought I'd get through some more books. Like just talk about some books more than read them. But William T. Vollmann. I'm gonna do a whole video on Europe Central or one of his earlier books. I know I'm focusing on 20th. He's still living and he's still a writer. He's born. He's like about 5 years older than me. There's a picture of myself. I did a lot of interviews with him and Cup. So one of them appeared in the Adobe anthology here, and with pictures, by Ken Miller here. You can see like some good shots here of like some of the other areas. Okay, so there's areas with Brandy, who used to, if you lived in San Francisco, you see her in the Mission a lot, and yeah, and my interview, of course, was in Conversations with edited by Daniel Luke. Conversation with William Vollmann came out a couple years ago. So this is maybe this is kind of like when I was doing Cops, maybe 94, 95. So sold a lot of copies of that. And Adobe was kind of a cool thing to be associated with back in the 90s. And I think they're still going. But the book I want to focus on here is this Expelled by Eden. When we were doing the Daniel Luke's interview book, I was made aware of this. I mean, Michael Hemmings, I gave a long time ago. I gave him my first two interviews with Vollmann, and let's see, am I in the front of this book, or how did he do this? So it's a preface by Michael Hemmingson. Um, so he has like some stuff from Vollmann. So let's see, how did we do this? So you look through this book. I mean, if you look through this book and you look at on descriptions of it, you would not know that I had anything to do with this book. But I only met Hemmingson maybe two times. Well, somebody kind of marked up this book a little bit, but I got. Oh, there's some cool pictures in here too. Okay, so he has a Ken Miller thing also. Some pictures. I didn't know that, but I mean, I interviewed Mike Hemmingson, and I met Lance Olson both at the same time when they were in town doing some readings, and so I was in. I knew Hemmingson probably maybe 94, 95. I'd already interviewed Vollmann a little bit, and then it was like there's this guy from San Diego who Hemmingson died like a long time ago, but he was kind of he let's see, yeah, or maybe I'm looking for my interviews and stuff. So here's his writing, and you kind of go through this book. Let's see. Sorry for being kind of boring. I should probably look this up before. Oh yeah, it's probably an appendix. It's probably part of an appendix here. We'll see. Okay, so there's like a bunch of right. Yeah, someone kind of marked up this book, but yeah, it's probably tagged on the end. Let's see. Well, let's see, or the beginning. I don't know. Let's see. Not even. Yeah. Well, I can't even find it. Shows you how obscure it is. I mean, I think it's either in the beginning or the end here. So yeah. So like, well, let me just talk about. So part one, part two, part two. Okay, so you first heard of Vollmann name at a party. So if you met Hemmingson, he thought he was kind of like a Vollmann, like he I mean, I met him. He had come out with the Naughty Yard, and I don't know. I'll find my. I know I'm in this book somewhere, but it's a long book, and it was out for like many years before I knew. I mean, I gave Hemingson like the two interviews. I don't know which one. I forget what he used, but I think it's definitely the first interview I did with him because we ended up we ended up uh, not using the Vollmann interview I did that was in this book in this book. So because I just want to look. I don't know. Maybe I should do another video. We're already 5 minutes into it. I've like said nothing. So yeah, okay. So like, there's this book, Expelled in Eden. I didn't know I was in it. I don't know if I still am. I mean, let's see what we got here. Afterwards, Carnival. Yeah, I don't see anything that would be. Yeah, I'm just going back into. I've had like 5 minutes of nothing. So yeah, this book is out. Hamilton. I don't even know when he died. It's been at least 10 years. So, but Hamilton, like, I remember Naughty Yard. I knew he was like he thought of himself like a Vollmann type of writer. He's like he was doing some plays in San Diego. Who knows if anybody even saw that stuff, or I don't know, like just everything he was doing. He was writing for the San Diego Reader, and like a lot of people like Alexander Theroux and stuff, and and then he died. He was kind of doing drugs and alcohol and writing a bunch of books. I don't know if anybody even like reads Hemingson or if any of his books. It just seemed like a lot. He published a lot of stuff on publishers I never even heard of. But yeah, he did publish a lot of books. But he was, and then we kind of had we had some kind of exchange on Live Journal, and he was very kind of like competitive, like how many books have you come out with, and so on and so forth. And then this came out. He didn't even tell me about it. Just never, didn't even credit me. It's hard to find anything. I mean, I'm guessing it's like tagged on to the end here. I mean, but it is in there. I mean, it says. I mean, I'm kind of thrown off by all this. It's kind of marked. I bought this as a bookstore is going out of sale, going out of business. So I'm guessing it just like you kind of put it at the end here. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so you get the cotangent stuff. Let's see. Permissions. There's some Ken Miller. Let's see what else. Yeah, I should probably. And then he kind of credits himself, and I mean, how much, like, and this is like Thunder Mouse Press and stuff, and they never sent me a copy or anything. I gotta look for my interview. Anyway, so yeah, Hemingson's gone. I was, it's great to be involved in any book, but I've been in a couple books where they don't even put me in the table of content or don't credit me. It's kind of obnoxious. So that's the end of it. I'll do another video about William Vollmann's one of his novels later. Once we get more like later in the 20th century. Okay, thanks everyone.